Hi friends, hope all of you are doing well and studying properly. Generally, we see that aspirants keep asking what to study, what are the sources to be referred. And I have already many times posted my sources and strategy, everything. But I feel that it is more important what not to study or where not to waste our time. So in this video, I am going to discuss what not to study, or you can say that what things to skip and what are the sources which we can reduce from our list, or how we can use those sources efficiently. Okay, so the first thing is Yojana magazine. See, in market or in the streets of old Rajendra Nagar or anywhere, we see that people are selling Yojana magazines every month. We just buy Yojana magazine for 30 rupees something, then keep reading it, spend our valuable time on it, but at the end our output equal to zero. Because see, for that you have to understand that why Yojana was started, right? See here you can see that why Yojana magazine was started. They had said that specialized newspapers are catering to the needs of urban and big cities, but the reach of economic newspapers and magazines to smaller towns is limited. Yojana tries to reach people of C and D who are in semi-urban areas in their respective languages. So the purpose of Yojana was to reach the sections or the peri-urban small towns, etc. But now we know that all the newspapers are available everywhere with the advent of digital media and internet, everything. We hardly face any issues regarding these newspapers, etc. So you should avoid reading Yojana magazine from first page to last page. But there are some good things about Yojana. There are some good things about Yojana. Okay. So in that, what you can do is check the themes on which Yojana magazines are there. Like there are many times themes like cyber security theme is there, or sometime there will be theme regarding water shortage. Sometime there will be theme regarding urban development. So just get hold of those themes, like on what issues government is releasing Yojana magazines. So first thing is that. So those issues are important. In mains, you can see that questions are asked on those issues. And secondly, you should read this chief editor's desk. So this of every Yojana you can read from PDF. You need not buy Yojana and all. Because see, from this chief editor's note, it serves two purposes. First purpose is, of course, your knowledge and information, etc. But more important than it is regarding how they write. So it is more important for your essay. You check any paragraph, how they have written this paragraph very succinctly, very briefly, the use of words, use of examples, use of case studies, use of name of the author, etc. So they use it very well. So in this way, you can develop your essay writing skills. Many times we don't understand how to write proper paragraphs in essay, how to frame your sentences. So this is very good material for improving your essays. So instead of spending 30-40 rupees and 1-2 days on your Yojana magazine, you should read this chief editor's desk and the themes on which Yojana magazine is released. Okay, so now the second is Kurukshetra. Similarly, like Yojana, Kurukshetra is also outdated, because outdated in the sense that whatever they are publishing monthly, you are reading it daily in the newspaper. So you need not again read Kurukshetra and pile up your table with the number of books. Because see, for Kurukshetra also, you can see that Kurukshetra exchange of ideas on policies and programs related to development. Kurukshetra has highlighted initiatives in rural sector, covering various Swachhata, boosting farmers' income, rural health, irrigation, water conservation. So again, you have to focus on theme, like on what theme they are releasing the Kurukshetra. Like this Kurukshetra, they have released on tribal life and culture. So it is important from your prelims perspective, like which tribes they have mentioned. Have they mentioned any, festivals or any arts, etc.? But again, these all things you will get in the summary. So if at all you want to read Yojana and Kurukshetra, just go through their themes, chief editor's desk, and third is summary. Again, this summary is important only if you are not reading newspaper properly. But if you are reading newspaper properly, and if you are reading current affair magazine monthly, whichever magazine you are following, if you are reading them thoroughly, if you have hand on, if you have hold over these two things, then you should not waste time on Yojana and Kurukshetra. Okay. Next thing is, so Yojana, Kurukshetra. Third is India Yearbook. Okay. Again, whatever I have told, because it is giving you the summary of a whole year's event. But if you have good command over your newspaper and the current monthly magazines, then it will be again repetition of whatever you have read. Instead of that, you can revise your own notes, and if you can, you know, try to do value addition from internet instead of reading India Yearbook, because it is a very bulky book, but again it is a information overload. So try to avoid the problem of plenty. Try to keep your readings and try to keep your materials as limited as possible according to the syllabus points. So out of Yojana, Kurukshetra and India Yearbook, you can see that there might be one or two questions in prelims, or there can be a question in mains. But it is not that this question can be answered only from Yojana, only from Kurukshetra, or only from India Yearbook. You can answer this question, or you can answer those questions from your daily newspaper, current affairs magazine, your test series, and whatever is happening around the world. So you need not again spend your money as well as time and energy on these three sources. Okay. Now the fourth is, see, India Yearbook. Again, you need not study this. Fourth is this, the second ARC and its recommendation. See, these are very huge reports and they are very bulky reports. But second ARC is very important from the perspective of governance, right? So you have to be smart here. Like instead of reading whole report, first go for summary. Because हमें PhD नहीं करना है किसी भी टॉपिक में. Our only aim is to use the recommendation of second ARC in answers. Nobody is going to ask this question in prelims like what are the recommendation of second ARC. But second ARC, it is a value addition, right? It is not your primary source. Out of 250 and out of 200, 150 words of your answer, the second ARC recommendation is going to be 20, 30 words, right? At max per answer. And even if you are writing the recommendation of ARC, suppose in two answers of paper 1, five answers of paper 2, and two answers of paper 3. So around you are writing it in 10 answers. That means you are writing it 500 words. So for writing these 500 words, you should not read these 2002 and 2200 pages. So instead go for summary. And more effective way than reading summary, or if you want optimum utilization, then read answers, read model answers. First is read model answers, either be from Vision or Insights or whichever coaching GS score, whichever coaching's answers are available on internet for free. You can download the PDF and search the keyword ARC. If you search the keyword ARC, you will see that if you are checking the GS2 answers, then search the words ARC, right? And see how many times they have used ARC recommendation and what are those recommendations, and try to remember those recommendations. Like regarding RTI, what ARC is saying, regarding urban bodies, what ARC is saying, right? So in this way, it will be better for you to remember what recommendations to use in answer. Okay. And apart from this, one more thing you can do, like suppose you are reading topic about SHG, or suppose you are reading topic about rural development or panchayat, right? So just directly go to Google and search second ARC recommendation for strengthening panchayats, second ARC recommendation regarding panchayat, second ARC recommendation regarding finances of panchayat, second ARC recommendation regarding management of panchayat. So search with these keywords and there you will get very specific suggestion, and just note down that suggestion in your notes. So in this way you can cover your ARC. Okay. Next thing which you should not read now is Niti Aayog agenda, because see it was from 2017 to 2020. Now it's almost 2022 end, like it is 2023. So it is now irrelevant. Instead, you focus on your basics, that studying according to syllabus points. Because these are very bulky books. Try to see hard work to sab karte hai. Everybody is doing hard work. And you also know that there is no shortcut to success. But there is a smart cut, like smart cut to success. And these are the smart ways. Like again, if you have a lot of time in your hand and if you want to quote Niti Aayog, then similarly, the way you searched about ARC in model answer, search Niti Aayog. Model answer, search Niti Aayog. In model answer, search recommendations of Niti Aayog. Or on the Google, if you are facing any issue on any topic, suppose road infrastructure, then search on Google Niti Aayog suggestion on road infrastructure, Niti Aayog suggestion on railway infrastructure. There you will get three, four suggestions. Try to note down those suggestions in your notes. And in this way, you will revise those suggestions again and again. Because once you read this 3 year action agenda, you will highlight it or you will underline it, then you will forget to revise it. But these small tricks like noting down those exact pinpoint suggestions in your notes will help you in revising them and actually using them in your answers. See, reading a lot of stuff is a different part, and using what you have read in the answers is different, and this latter part is more important. Okay. And the next thing is economic survey. See, economic survey is important, but reading economic survey from first page till last page is not important. For this, you can use vision summary. It is always very good. And the newspaper which which is released or the next day of economic survey, next whole week of economic survey, in the newspapers there will be many articles. So read those newspapers very, very well so that you can skip this economic survey part and then go through the summary and see what are the pressing issues on which economic survey has, you know, given their opinion. Like last year, they had talked about ethical wealth creation, etc. Then just pick up those terms. Like I remember ethical wealth creation, missing roads in the Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana. Like there were some roads which were on the record, but in the field those roads were not there. So missing roads concept. Or there was a term coined by economic survey. Uh, there was some term like you will people will keep producing children until they get uh, a male child or until they get required number of children, etc. So those terms you can use in your answers. And again, economic survey is more important from GS3 perspective, right? Then open the model answers of GS3 of any coaching and search economic survey or search ES and then see what they have mentioned about economic survey and then try to learn how they are using the information from economic survey in their answers, right? So in this way you can focus on your answer writing part and what to mention in the answers rather than going for full-fledged readings of all the things. And again, now you'll understand that whatever I have said, these things can be skipped if you are reading newspaper. And this means that thorough reading with understanding. See, many people ask that which newspaper to read. So you read any newspaper, either you read Hindu or you read Indian Express. But read the newspaper for understanding the issues, what's going around, what are the opinions on this particular topic. I specifically did not make any notes out of newspaper except suppose there is some diagram which I liked or flow chart which I liked, or suppose there is a very, very innovative case study. So I used to mention that. And if there is something, some paragraph is very well put regarding ethics, or there is one paragraph which depicts the story very, no, interestingly, then I used to copy paste those paragraphs for essay because everything else will be covered in your current affair magazines. So I read newspaper mostly for understanding. And here many aspirants do mistakes that they'll just focus you know on notes making, etc. But note making from newspaper takes a lot of time, and at the end what happens is, see, suppose you are reading any newspaper, you will make notes out of that. So one thing is you are reading newspaper, second thing you are making notes of newspaper, third thing you are referring current affair magazine, fourth thing is when prelim comes you will read compilations. Then again mains comes, you will read again compilations like 365, PT 365, mains 365, etc. So for a single thing, you are having one, two, three, four, five sources. So my effort in my last two attempts was to keep sources one plus one. That is only two sources. One is newspaper and second is current affair magazine. But newspaper gave me a wide understanding, very, very detailed understanding. And people ask me that what if they skip newspaper and directly focus on current affair magazine. See, current affair magazine, you will see that suppose there is a issue regarding electoral funding. Like in monthly magazine, in one page they will give you the issue, right? And you will read, that's it. But in newspaper, what happens is today they will talk something about electoral funding. After 2 days, there will be some other opinion. After 3 days, there will be article by some election commission, SY Kurukshetra, etc. Then after 4 5 days, there will be some article mentioning the other side. Then there will be some article regarding case study, etc. So this is cumulative. First you are reading this, again you are reading this, again you are reading this. So your brain starts to think. Here we don't think, and thinking is very, very important. So at least for 45 minutes to 1 hour every day, read newspaper properly, thoroughly. You can skip Bollywood, etc. news, or you can skip the local regional news, but at least the news which are very important from your syllabus perspective, you should read those. So that's it for today's video, and I'll try to post more videos regarding how to read newspaper. And if I remember any other stuff which should not be read, then I will post that too. Till then, all the best, keep studying. Bye bye, signing off.